Hi everybody, it's Mark and we're back here with another segment that we're putting together for all the membership here at Suburban Club. The last couple videos we had, I think, helped a great deal, and what this one's going to do is kind of help piggyback off of the last video where we were trying to help you with good ball contact. So what we have right now is called a box drill, or teaching aid. It's a shoebox. Imagine that, right? So anyway, that being said, Mark, go ahead and tell us more about what this is about.
Yeah, I really like the box drill. In fact, it's something that I use quite often. It can help you with all kinds of different faults in your golf swing. It can help you understand your golf swing a little bit better. Especially, it can help you if you happen to shank the ball. So if you hit the ball off of the hosel of your club, whether you're chipping, pitching, or making full swings with your irons, I guarantee you one thing, this drill, you cannot shank the ball if you don't hit the box when you swing. So don't hit the box, you can't shank the ball. What happens sometimes is when we take the box away, the problem can kind of creep back into your swing. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. How we can help you understand what's happening when the box isn't there and help you hit the ball better.
But first we got to learn how to do it with the box in front of you. Then from there, we start to understand the feel that you can use when you do take the box away. Obviously, we're trying to make good contact to the golf ball. So my first premise here, the first thing I want to work on is making sure I set up well to the golf ball. Without getting into too much detail here, obviously we're going to work on good posture, gripping the golf club just underneath the butt end. And then the key here is when we set up to the golf ball, and this is important relative to this drill, I want to make sure that the hands are the right distance from your body. To me, that means the hands are directly over the toes, where the butt end is about 3 to 5 inches. You can see I kind of have a fist here away from my midsection. This is important because when I do set up to this golf ball, and I've got this ball pretty close to the box, and I want the toe of the golf club only to be an inch away from the box. And it's like, well, gosh, I might hit the box. That's the whole premise. We want to try to get you to miss the box. And when you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to start making better golf swings, swinging with your arms and hands in the right space. That's the whole thing we're trying to get you to do better at. So here again, I'm setting up to this golf ball, and I'm making sure that when I set up, I'm ready to go. Now I have the ability to swing the club in the area where my arms and hands are. Mark's going to go into more detail regarding that.
Yeah, as you can see, Mark's hands are about 3 to 4 inches from his midsection. I think most golfers, when they set up the golf ball, if they do it properly, if their arms are hanging underneath their shoulders with an iron, their hands are going to be 3 to 5 inches or so from their midsection. So go ahead and take the club back, Mark. So the idea is when he comes back down is to make sure that his hands and arms swing in such a way that they return back to that area, about that space, about 3 to 5 inches from their midsection where they started.
So yeah, we're trying to really feel like wherever we're moving this club in space here, and obviously, like I said, we learned from our last segment that we want to try to keep the golf club between our forearms. That'll help us a great deal in the direction of motion that this club will start down. But we want to make sure you feel it in terms of where your arms and hands are moving in space. I've been very fortunate in my life from the start when I was a kid. I've never actually tried to hit a golf ball. I've only made golf swings and the ball got in the way of them. And the reason I say that is because I've never tried to physically try to hit at a golf ball. And that's kind of the reason as to why this happens and why we end up getting the shanks or why we come over the top even. I think we kind of forget that there's this golf club in our hands and we end up just swinging our arms and hands to the ball, and now this golf club is out of position.
Yeah, Mark and I discussed this a lot. You know, why is there a tendency when the box isn't there to swing in such a way that you would hit the box and really knock the ball too well? Go ahead and take it to the top. And I think what we came up with is one of two things. One, we either try to actually hit the ball with the club head, so we throw it out like that, or two, we're holding on to the club with the, at the grip end here, so we actually try to throw our hands at the ball or swing our hands out toward the ball to hit it.
You can see how my arms and hands go away from me because they're trying to go to the ball. Well, that in itself takes the golf club out of position.
Yeah. So I think that's probably what's going on. So now that you understand it, go ahead and take the club up top again. Just make sure that when you swing back, when you start your forward swing, that you let your hands and arms kind of drop down so that the club can swing in space.
Yeah, that's important. I think a lot of times my students will have a tendency to tighten their grip, especially in the beginnings of their downswing. That transition from backswing to downswing is so critical in the golf swing. And I think when you tighten, it's kind of saying, I want to hit the ball. And that is probably the worst thing that you can do. We're trying to create a rhythm of motion, athletic motion, that is not trying to tighten and hit at a ball, but to try to swing in space back through the same space where we start and then over your left shoulder. So keep that in mind. Try to relax your grip pressure just a little bit, especially in the transition, and then try to feel like those hands and arms return right back through that same space. So if I do my job from my hands in, then I know the golf club will do its job out there where the golf ball is. And that's how you start to get out of this problem of maybe shanking it. Obviously, our goal is to get rid of this box, but we can use other things besides a box, by the way. What do we got here? We got a plank, right? So let me put this in front. We got these planks. We use these every day when we're on the range, when we're outside, right? So it's important that you understand it's not just a box you can use. We can use anything. We can use a plank. We can use Mark's hat, not my hat, his hat. We can use about anything or even like a head cover from your driver. Just something that's on the outside of the golf ball, something you don't want to hit.
Your Rolex watch, for example.
Exactly. Yeah, put that right there. Believe me, I got news for you. You're not going to hit it. So you don't even have to hit a golf ball sometimes with this drill. This will also help as well. Just set your golf club to the box or the piece of wood. Just get the toe right on the wood and make practice swings. And if you do that and you miss the wood, now you're starting to learn for yourself where those arms and hands need to move in space. That's our goal. Eventually, you won't need the plank. You won't need the box. You'll just start doing it on your own. That's our goal.
I think we've covered everything. We like the box drill again because you can do it at home on your carpet. You can do it in the backyard. You don't have to be striking a ball like Mark said, and you can do it on the driving range anytime.
Yeah. So this is our third segment. We're looking forward to the fourth next week. But if you have any problems or questions here again, please don't hesitate to try to get a hold of us. We've got our emails. And it doesn't have to be just about these segments that we're doing. We want to hear from you. This is a tough time for everybody. Let's try to, either talk to us personally or email us with anything about golf in general, or if you just want to get in contact with us and talk. We'd love to hear from you.
Great.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.